So the first thing to know is that in the ingredient declaration, you do need to list all of the ingredients. Somewhere I saw somebody was saying on the internet that if it's under 1%, you don't have to list it. And that is absolutely not true. Everything needs to be listed on the ingredient declaration. There are some very, very small exceptions. One of them is for an incidental ingredient. That's something that just kind of happens to be there, like something that was used to make part of the chemical reaction work and then is removed. And an example I would give is if you were making a soup stock and you wanted to make it clear, I don't know if anybody knows this particular thing, but you can put an egg or egg white in it, and the egg white will attract the little particles that are in the soup stock. And then you scoop the egg white out and you end up with clear stock. But in that case, if that were your cosmetic, for example, you wouldn't need to include the egg in your ingredient declaration because you put it in, but then you took it out again. And there might be a tiny, tiny, tiny bit of egg left, but you don't have to do that because it's incidental, because you meant to take all of the egg out and there's nothing left in the product that you're actually going to sell. I don't have an example like that for cosmetics. Haven't been able to find one yet. I think it's possibly used in some advanced cosmetic making formulations, but I'm not familiar with anything that handcrafters do that's similar to that egg clarifying your soup stock trick. The other thing that sometimes you'll get is if you order, say, a hydrosol, sometimes there's a preservative in the hydrosol, and that preservative is at such a small amount by the time it gets into your product that it's not effective. It's not doing anything. It is a tiny bit. It's going to be generally, way less than 1%. And so in that case, something like that does not have to be added. It would be considered an incidental ingredient. But for the most part, anything that you put into your product, that needs to be declared absolutely, regardless of the amount.